What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Goobers are back. We're late again. Brian, how are you?
I'm good. This is a fun time of year. We got Thanksgiving, we got friends, family, football. I mean, what else can there possibly be that we need? We have a pretty exciting slate. 3 games on Thursday, a game on Friday. Feels like the game on Friday is going to get overlooked just because most of the slates that are available on Underdog are just like 2 or 3 gamers on Thursday. So, excited to jump in. You've been pretty active so far from what we talked about early in the week, kind of trying to get in ahead of projections. So curious what you've done so far, some stands you've taken pre-projections, and how you're going to adjust now that ETR, the magical ETR, has released their projections for the week.
I did 50. I'll just share, make it easier. I know. Zoom in. I know.
I didn't say it.
So my biggest stand is Chase Brown, which I think is looking pretty good. I did have a lot of Gibbs. I was taking no Henry. That's the biggest one. I need to fix that. That's not good. That's really the only thing. I do a lot of Gesicki, and he projects well, so I like that.
Yeah, Gesicki was a guy that you and I had talked about briefly on Monday or two, whenever the slate was released, and Gesicki splits without T. Higgins with a returning Joe Burrow is pretty good. I didn't get the actual numbers on it. I mean, I can look it up while we're live if we want, but it's a pretty material increase in his usage without T. Higgins. And there's a big wild card this week. I think kind of twofold, and this can sort of lead us into our conversation high level about the quarterback position. Lamar Jackson projects. I'm just looking at it now. I'm really just kind of looking at it for the first time. I think they were just released like an hour or two ago. Lamar projects as the QB2, only a point behind Mahomes as QB1.
That's significant. A full point is pretty significant.
It is pretty significant. I agree. But I'm just talking about, like, with what we've seen from Lamar the last few weeks, it seems like ETR is not really docking him much for, from what he's been doing historically versus what he's been able to do since coming off of his hamstring injury. So curious how you're playing that.
Yeah, before projections, I had Mahomes ahead of Lamar. And then I got scared when Rashee Rice was hurt, but also maybe not hurt, but he's definitely hurt. But no beat reporters think that he's hurt. So I started taking Lamar a little bit, but I do think that Mahomes ahead of Lamar is right, even if Rice is hurt, because Lamar said he has a toe injury.
I saw that he didn't practice yesterday because of the toe, not the hamstring, which was a bit surprising. That was the first I heard of it too.
Yeah, that agreed.
So are you taking Lamar comfortably over Dak and like every other quarterback other than Mahomes?
Yeah, it's a pretty big tier.
Okay. And are you doing that even though what we've seen from him recently hasn't been that good because of the matchup against the Bengals, or is it just because ETR's number is higher than the others?
The number is higher.
Okay.
Any further questions?
No. I think a way to, like, just looking at quarterbacks specifically from ETR's perspective, Jordan Love and Jared Goff project similarly. I mean, they're like basically the same for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
I can see like how I would want to do it. Not a majority of my teams, but just some of them, if you're volume drafting, is to just try to take the guy and build teams around the quarterback that's going to get drafted, less than 30% of the time, just in case they wind up hitting. I would lean more towards Goff than Love, and I'm sure that's what the field is doing. So it would be uncomfortable to do Love. But I think you should have a few teams that are there just in case, Jacobs gets re-injured. Love kind of does the Mahomes treatment where he just starts to run a little bit more. We haven't seen a ceiling game from Love, but I just think like the way that you want to attack these tournaments to not get duped, that's a good way to kind of think about getting leverage on the field.
I'm also being told that the stream is saying it's made for kids, so there's no chat. So that's not good. Talk about running backs while I try to fix that.
Okay. Running backs, let's see. Henry projects over Gibbs per magical ETR, which, I mean, you know what? Good on ETR, because with what we've seen from Henry the last few weeks, I know we had 2 touchdowns against the Jets, whatever. We just saw Gibbs score like literally 50 points, have like the second highest scoring non-quarterback point total for the week last week against the Giants. So I don't know, like Henry against Henry against Cincy is obviously like the best matchup on paper, but I would have a hard time not clicking Gibbs over him. I know like now that ETR is out, Henry will just go the 101 every time, so you'll just take him just to have some exposure to him. But I still think if we're talking about like who scores the most actual points to win real dollars, I would rather bet on Gibbs over Henry.
Yeah, that Henry projection shocked me.
I'm honest. Yeah, I'm a little surprised as well. Some other interesting notes. So ETR is projecting Jacobs in for those that are curious that haven't really had a chance to look or are not subscribed to
he
ETR.
Still he's still limited today.
That's what I was about to bring up.
Yeah. Although that's a fine swap.
Yeah, I don't think there's any. I mean, I haven't done any drafts in this yet, but I would imagine like Emmanuel Wilson is not getting drafted in the last round for the swap, or just to get leverage on the field, because you're going to get a pretty clean Jacobs to Emmanuel Wilson swap. Other interesting notes just from looking at it here live.
Hunt and Pacheco are kind of the same.
Hunt and Pacheco are kind of the same, which is interesting because Hunt just touched the ball 30 times last week. Looked very Kareem Hunty, if you will, doing it. I'm curious what Pacheco's workload is going to be. He practiced in full yesterday and today, so I'm curious to see what that split will look like. I don't think the way I think these guys are going to be optimal is just that last round click. I don't think you can get away with a one running back build with either Hunt or Pacheco on your team, or honestly Montgomery for that reason. It seems like Chase Brown is sort of like the tier for me where I would be comfortable going one running back, and anyone past him, Montgomery, Hunt, Pacheco, etc. Those are all guys that I would want as a flex rather than my RB1.
Yeah. All right. What about receiver?
Receiver, I'm kind of torn because I think Chase is going to score more points over. So for those that don't know, Amon-Ra is projected slightly over Chase. I think Chase.
It's like nothing.
Yeah, I know. I think Chase is going to be. I think Chase has the higher likelihood of being pushed. Green Bay doesn't really play fast pace, which is who Detroit's playing against. So I can see Amon-Ra having his normal like 7 for 70 and a touchdown and having a good week. But if you're talking about a guy that could possibly go for like 162 touchdowns, like it's going to be Jamar Chase without T. Higgins. Burrow's return game, I think they're going to be forced to score points, as does Vegas with their implied team totals. I think it's 52.5 when I last checked. So I personally would have Amon-Ra lower than Jamar Chase, but if we're just talking like slight leverage, that's where my lean would be this week. Interestingly, Pickens, Rice, and Lamb are also pretty interchangeable, just kind of working our way down. So it's kind of pick your own adventure there. I saw Pickens practiced earlier today, which is good news because I saw he was a surprise inactive yesterday.
Yeah, not inactive, surprise DNP.
The DNP, whatever.
Let's service the chat a little bit. Jump Fruits first. Dan is very excited to see Brian's face. We're back. Hey, dipshit, you got it to work. Gumby, Brian, always a pleasure. And Bates fears that it's a Bateman week.
Well, it's an appropriate name. Bates thinks it's a Bateman week. I'm surprised he's actually playing. I took him in a couple drafts earlier just because of the Q tag, like before it was revealed that he practiced in full today. So kind of got lucky a little bit there, taking him in the last round where people were just kind of leaving him for dead.
All right. What about tight end?
The more I continue to look at the slate, I think it's going to be a Kelsey week. I said it last week too, to be fair, and it wasn't. It didn't hit home. I think it's going to be. I think of every tight end on the slate. If you told me there was one tight end that you just had to have, I'm going to put my money on it being Kelsey. We don't know if Rice is going to be somewhat limited at all. If he's going to have a limited snap share just to monitor that hamstring injury that he allegedly does or doesn't have. I can just see Kelsey having, a vintage Kelsey game, 8-10 targets, a touchdown or two. I think Dallas is going to score points against Kansas City. And I think in order to keep pace, they're going to go through Kelsey. The Cowboys play the third most zone defense in the league. So it's a favorable matchup for Kelsey. So I think he's going to be the optimal tight end this week. and he's going pretty close in ADP compared to Andrews. So I would much rather have like 35% Andrews, 35% Kelsey, 15% Andrews if the price is going to be, pretty much the same.
All right, let's put these words into action.
Okay.
Likely and Gesicki are all fun, but Kelsey in his own tier. Yeah, that's kind of how it is. The problem is like it's hard to take Kelsey above like any of these running backs. So like, how much Kelsey really am I going to have?
Yeah, it's true because there really are only like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 running backs that you would want ideally. So it's tough if they're all going ahead of Kelsey. Then you're going to want to just default to taking them.
I do think people are sleeping on Montgomery. I think he's a good pick.
I think the idea of doing a Gibbs Montgomery like double running back is intriguing. Like we've seen it happen every now and then. The field doesn't want to do it because it just feels like it's going to be a way to just punt the team away. But I think it could be a way, like, who's to say that Goff doesn't have a couple, dump off touchdowns to Gibbs? They get tackled at the 1, and then Montgomery scores a couple rushing touchdowns to make himself feel better.
Yeah, I did not see this. Rice was full practice. Feels like they're not waving him pulling up a lame. Interesting. That's interesting. All right.
Yeah,
I guess he's fine. I'll play it as he's fine.
That's what the ADP is suggesting as well.
Zone is better for all the Kansas City guys. I'm assuming they're playing against a zone team. I don't know. I think Dallas is just the nuts matchup. So
not so much anymore with some of the improvements that they've made on the defensive line, especially in the run game.
Yeah, this is also true. P. Ryan practices in full. So yeah, that's a good point. What do you want to do here? I'm on Robert Chase.
Well, I went on a soliloquy about Chase, but if you want to even your exposure out, I don't know who you have.
I have a lot of both of them.
Okay, makes sense.
And then what do you want to do here?
Lamb
and Pickens the same.
Lamb and Pickens are the same.
To me, it's Lamb or Pickens and hope a running.
That's what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna suggest.
You're a Pickens guy, aren't you?
I'm a Lamb guy, unfortunately.
All right, we'll do Lamb.
I do love me some Lamb. I
do kind of hate how like the 4-person 3-gamer is not my favorite. I like the 4-person 2-gamers. It's there's just so many good players that like literally nothing matters, and you just, especially with like how big the contest is.
And that's why I think there's importance, especially in the 3-game slates like what we're doing now, in scrolling down, getting unique. Like there's going to be guys that project for like 7 to 8 points that are not getting drafted more than 15% of the time that easily could hit your lineup and be optimal, but the field is just going to be a slave to what ETR and the projections say. So there's definitely value in this.
I was also scrolling down for like Hollywood Brown before, like when I thought Rice was actually hurt. So that looks kind of silly at this point.
Well, at the time, it could have been good closing line value if Rice didn't DNP yesterday or today.
Got Henry and Chase in the 2 max entry. Probably unique. Probably wrong. That needs to be canceled. So we get
I would do Javonte and then hope either Lamar or Kelsey falls back to us.
Yep. Aligned.
What could possibly go wrong if we're both aligned?
I'm surprised that Dak is like a full point ahead of Burrow. I thought they'd be more even.
I think it's just like Dak has been playing great the last few weeks, and there's just unknown. Double tight end is interesting.
I would not do that. Let's do pretty easy Lamar, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Just more looking at the board to see who's still available. Lamar and Henry seem like pretty fun together on a team. I'm sure that'll be popular, but it sounds like fun.
Lamar and Henry?
Yeah, like Derrick Henry.
I don't think that's going to be popular. I think people would hate that.
Oh, then I would want to do it way more often.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me there's games where both of them can't score 20 plus points? If the field's not doing it, that's what I want to do.
What's the deal with Worthy? Worthy's like undraftable. Like he sucks.
He's not undraftable. He's going to project for 8 or 10 points every week.
Yeah.
I
like Montgomery.
Yeah, if you're a Montgomery guy, we could take Montgomery and then Gesicki.
Yeah.
Because this guy has double tight end.
Yeah,
you're right.
I'm surprised Watson projects. It's only half point, but projects more than Dobbs.
Christian Watson just ran like 92% of their outs last week. Like he's now their number 1 receiver.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's a good point.
No,
Rohan likes naked Mahomes. I also like naked Mahomes, and
I was
people are
talking about
not going
this.
to do that.
I was talking about this with one of my friends, shout out Luis, earlier, and the idea of building out a naked Mahomes with like Pickens and Ferguson or Javante and Lamb, like two opposing bringbacks with a naked quarterback, like being Mahomes specifically, I think is very viable.
Yeah, agreed.
And again, it's not a comfortable team to build. It's going to project very well, and you can see how if the games shake out as that story would be told with the team drafted, how it could get there.
Gasicki projects for 7.3, which is a drop off of like 2 points the next year.
So we talked about like the lay of the land, like the guys that are getting between 80 and 90% drafted. As far as guys that I think are interesting clicks that are not close to 100% drafted, especially in the 3-person, I'm telling you now, Cincinnati likes Mitch Tinsley.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the name Mitch Tinsley before today?
Yeah, he scored a touchdown last week.
Scored a touchdown last week. Looked awesome in the preseason. He basically fills in for the T. Higgins replacement. And if you think the Ravens are going to do what they can to limit what Jamar Chase is going to do, Tinsley is their number 2 receiver on that team with T out. And I think he's a very interesting click.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I just don't think that he's going to win you a 30,000 person tournament.
Oh, contraire. What if he scores 15 points and Zay Flowers continues to score 8 and everyone drafts him and the one lineup you have with the right combos has the guy with 15?
I don't know.
DeAndre Hopkins, another guy,
like
just
Romeo,
a deep threat.
Romeo Dobbs, ADP is 23.1. Like, I'd rather just take Dobbs and take the 5 points of projection. Like, Dobbs is
That's
like a
fair.
smash.
Fair point.
Yeah.
But I think Dobbs is getting drafted way more frequently than Mitch Tinsley is. 30,000 people in a player pool of 50 total available players. We did Lamb last time if you want to mix it up.
Let's do Pickens, yeah. Why not? I have no take on that situation. I think, like, to me, I feel like they might be unfairly docking CeeDee Lamb for the dropsies.
God, his drops have been brutal. What is this for you? Is this take another high projected running back and then just take Andrews if he falls and Lamar? Or
I was gonna say Kelsey and hope a running back falls.
Neither of them have a running back, so a running back will not fall.
Chase Brown or Javante?
Give me Chase Brown.
What's the target difference really between Dobbs and Tinsley? I think that's a pretty significant difference.
It's a pretty significant difference in the targets. I think. I don't know. It's tough to say. Like how, if you're on the Tinsley side of things, then you might assume that Golden is going to play. Watson obviously is going to continue to play. Reed might come back. Like there's a lot of unknown with these stupid ass Packer receivers that make this like a really, really interesting situation.
Have you considered that Matthew Golden is horrible?
Yes, I have for many months.
Yeah, me as well, but less months than you.
So if Lamar comes back to us, that would be very interesting.
Yeah,
because this guy in the middle can't take him.
What about Tesla?
Well, we're gonna get Lamar, so we don't have to talk about our next pick. But I don't know, man. He's getting like 1 target a game. Let me look at his snap. Let me look at his route participation. Last week it wasn't high. Without Khalif Raymond, like sure, maybe it'll go up. But I also just think like Dan Campbell's just gonna feed the guys that can actually do something with the ball.
Yeah.
Tesla ran 40% of the routes.
We're on the clock, by the way.
Oh, did Lamar go?
Well, I took him.
Oh, okay, great. I like Ferg. Do you like the double Dallas though?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Just the stack gets there and Lamar outscores Dak. Easy.
Yeah. And we got that Lamar Henry team that I wanted, so yeah, I think that's great. Fantastic.
And then, to me, I just look at I was gonna say Dobbs, but he goes. I was gonna say that's just like Dobbs to me every time.
I would just take the highest. Worthy projects far better than everyone else.
Yeah, well now because Dobbs went. Yes.
Yeah, that's a fun team. Lamar, Henry, Chase Brown, George Pickens, Worthy, and Jake Ferguson. That's a team that's going to project well.
Yeah, and not only will it, it does.
That's true.
Well, I'm just going to queue up Worthy and push the plane because
Okay.
everyone has the receiver.
Yep.
Let's
What
keep
about
it
you?
going.
Any specific scrolls leverage against the field that you want to take?
If you're making me choose like an actual scroll, like not Romeo Dobbs.
No, it could be anything. It could be the scroll. It could be taking this player over that player in like round 2 versus round 3, etc.
I like I said, Dobbs is probably my number one target right now in the 6th round. Because for some reason, no one wanted him before projections. Everyone was like, "Oh, Christian Watson's the guy," which I guess ETR agrees with. But
to be fair, Christian Watson has been the guy for a couple of weeks now. But Dobbs, that doesn't really affect Dobbs much. It just, dare I say, slightly consolidates that offense from being 6 potential receivers to 3, maybe.
Yeah, I also will probably take like 5 or so Emmanuel Wilson teams in the last round just to see what happens.
I think that's more than fine.
Yeah, especially because like I'm going to swap my Jacobs to him anyway, but I would like
Right.
to have like a better projecting team if he sits.
Yep. Chad says something that we had talked about briefly early on in the stream. Jordan Love seems to rarely go. I agree. That is prime time leverage of a guy who's projected for similar points with Goff and Burrow, but gets drafted 10% of the time versus 85 to 90% of the time.
Yeah, looking at the projections, Goff is a very good pick.
Goff or Love?
Or Love, sorry.
Agreed.
Yeah, best ball on call agrees.
Oh, that's a cool username.
How do you feel
Henry
about
falls to 3?
Reed and Bateman? I don't think Reed's going to play.
I don't think Reed's going to play. I think Bateman is fine in this type of contest. We've seen what his routes are. He's on the field all the time.
What did we do last time? Henry and Pickens?
We did it. We did Henry and Lamb.
No, we did Pickens.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. The first draft we did Lamb.
Oh, okay.
You said you like Lamb.
You're right. Hand up.
Yeah, I don't think Reed's going to play, so I'm not doing that.
Bateman is intriguing though, because again, Cincinnati defense, I think they're the highest implied team total the Ravens are against that hapless Bengals defense. And if Bateman's healthy, he's just going to be that guy that runs 30 yards down the field and catches touchdowns from Lamar. So I think you could definitely do worse with a guy who's getting drafted sub 30% of the time.
So you're telling me the genius modelers at establishtheRun.com have Rashad Bateman and Mitchell Tinsley for the same projection?
Rashad Bateman is higher than Tinsley. Is he not? Like in terms of projection?
He's projected for 6. Tinsley is okay, 5, whatever. It's the same difference. We're on the clock.
We took Chase Brown before with Henry. If you want to take Javonte.
Like, I just want to kind of take Zay Flowers and push running back again and see what happens.
Okay. Zay does represent that tier before you go from like low double digit to single digit receiver projection. So that's fine.
Brian, what team is DJ Turner on?
He is on the Bengals. He is the only good defensive player on that team. The cornerback.
So both running backs go. We're kind of in a bad spot.
We have Henry and Zay. Do you want to do Lamar with that, or do you want to try to do something else?
Let's do Lamar.
If you don't think Lamar is going to go with this, okay. I was going to say, if you don't think this no badger is going to take Lamar, we could have pushed it.
I'm sure he would have taken him.
I don't know. He might take Dak with Pickens. If anyone wants the best advice for how to win these, max enter every contest. Hope you get 10 drafts where you get 3 no badgers that make mistakes, and hope that your combos beat the other players that max enter this with their best combos. That's honestly the best advice you can give.
Basically.
This specific slate is volume driven success. I will be shocked if somebody does like 10 drafts and winds up winning something like this.
DJ Turner is on the Bengals. Who's playing the Bengals?
The Ravens.
Interesting.
Again, JMO kind of represents that tier at receiver. If we want to go 3 receiver, you like Montgomery.
Yeah,
I'm kind of in.
Let's take a tight end.
Yeah, I was going to say Ferg and Gesicki represent the tier We did Ferg last draft with Henry. If you want to mix it up with Gesicki,
let's do Ferg.
Okay.
And then what we're gonna do? Oh, Montgomery. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know about that team. I'm not sure about that one.
Montgomery's good leverage against Gibbs, but man, his use, like Dan Campbell comes out prior to last week saying he wants to get him touching the ball more. What did he have? 6 carries against the second worst rushing defense?
5.
Yeah, like he's just not. It's just the Jahmyr Gibbs show with Montgomery just spelling him when he gets 50-yard runs.
Yeah, which is weird because Montgomery's not bad. They need to use him more. I don't know what
he's not bad, but like you can't. I mean, shockingly, the Giants, again wearing a Giants shirt, blow another double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, fourth time in a row.
I was hoping we could go the full hour without discussing that.
I know. Well, it needs to go discussed because the Lions have kind of been in weird game scripts recently where Montgomery has not been. He's not like he thrives when it's like a grinded out game. They're up by 10 going into the fourth quarter, and then he gets like, a couple drives under his belt. It hasn't really been that way for Detroit the last couple of weeks. It's been a lot of like, close games, trailing game scripts where they're just going to have Gibbs out there for the pass catching.
Jameis is fun that when playing. That is true. Jameis is fun playing for the draft pick. Unfortunately,
I was going when he stiff armed whoever that was on the Lions to walk in for a touchdown. Oh, I was going nuts.
That was so sick.
And I'm a huge Jameis guy. For anyone that has subscribed to us for more than a couple months, we talk about Jameis as if he's like a top 5 quarterback, or at least I do.
Yeah, I don't know about I wouldn't say that. I kind of want to try and do like a Jordan Love type deal here.
All right, let's do it.
I don't want to like force it, but like if it comes to us, I'm not going to say no.
So what do you think about, like, people seem to be, this is now the third draft we've done, I think, where Gibbs has gone over Henry. Is this leverage to you to try to get as many Henry non-101 teams as you can before people adjust, or are you just taking whoever falls to you if you have the two?
No, this is the classic situation where the players have to go in an order, and there's no need to fade Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay. I would just go Lamb, and then we ensure that one of these running backs falls to us because this guy already started. Yeah, a lot of this contest, again, for those that don't do these often, be very cognizant of the players, like the other teams that are in this contest, like positions that they have and limits that they can't take.
Josh Jacobs,
yeah,
that is true. That the problem is I'm usually doing like 10 of these at once, so like
I know.
Well, if anyone watched the stream on Sunday morning, I'm sorry for sitting there in silence for 2 hours and drafting 150 teams, but I had to do it.
I wish I could have been on. I would have at least I would have just talked about anything. Like I was trying to follow it. I'm like, oh, that's a good team, and then it's gone 3 seconds later.
Yeah, because I'm like clocking 9 teams. What am I going to do?
There was a team that you'd had. I forget what the combo was. It was like JSN and somebody. And you were like, oh, I wish I could star that team because that's a unique combo. And then I never saw the team again.
Never again. That's the way it goes. Truly, upgrade the curtains yet? I did not upgrade the curtains yet.
This is a Mahomes, right?
Yeah,
like
it's tough to pass up on, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah, you have to take Mahomes.
This is the problem, right? When this is why Jordan Love's ADP is so low because I always just take the quarterback faller.
I know, but the highest projected quarterback falls, and now I want to take Andrews.
Yeah, well, that's what we're doing.
Oh,
this is kind of a super team, though.
Well, it depends on now. This is a unique combo, somewhat of a unique combo of players. Do we just totally say we're just going to take Romeo Dobbs or whoever and just make it a truly unique team that projects similarly if it was Worthy versus Dobbs?
Yeah, no, we take either Worthy or Dobbs, whoever falls.
Worthy goes, which means we will get Dobbs.
Yeah.
Now, can I interest you in a potential Tinsley scroll to be truly unique?
No, this is not the team to get unique.
It could be.
We got the Mahomes and the Andrews fall. We're good.
Okay.
LaFleur is addicted to the run, probably why Love is rarely drafted.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, that's fair.
Love is. It is hard to believe though that Love and Goff are projected for the same. Intuitively, it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I'm sure I know they're for certain that there's smarter people coming up with these numbers, but it is tough to believe. Like if you told me one of these two quarterbacks went for 25, I would take Goff 9 times out of 10.
I wonder where. Let me see what their ceiling is. If there's a difference, because that's a good point.
I got it.
Love ceiling is 25.6. Goff 25.3.
So Goff has a lower ceiling than Love. I guess that makes sense because Love, could accidentally run the ball every now and then. Goff will never run. Like it's just kind of known that he'll only get there passing.
Also, the Giants, like Jameis, kind of carved up the Detroit defense. So I wonder if that's something to do with it too.
Oh, absolutely. Wandale was cooking. And thanks for reminding me, by the way. So for anyone curious on how the DBQ adventure went the final week, I thought it was a good idea. So I did the team that I had. I had a Gibbs team. Are you taking Gibbs or Henry here?
Gibbs.
So I had a Gibbs team that I drafted on Monday. This was before Dart was ruled out. This was before I knew if Slayton was going to play or not. So I basically had Dak, Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't even remember who my running. Oh, Ashton Genty. I don't even remember who my other receiver was. But the point is, I took Slayton in the 5th round, passing. I took him over Wandale with Wandale still there, thinking like, oh, if Dart plays, he'll throw the deep shots to Slayton. If Slayton doesn't play with the hamstring because he missed last week, it'll be fine. I can Q tag whatever. Wandale goes immediately after. And then if I had just taken Wandale instead of Slayton, I would have qualified and been in first place. So sucks, but we move on. Or at least I'm trying.
I had 0 good dog bowl teams, so
yeah.
Pickens falls.
Ooh, that's nice. Gibbs, Pickens.
Probably Chase Brown or Javonte. I'm good with either one.
I would probably lean. Well, it looks like you have Javonte a lot, so I would probably go Chase Brown.
No, I have 75% of these.
Oh, okay, yeah. I actually think I would take Javonte on this build specifically.
Yeah,
it's tough.
What's up, C-Babin?
What do you think? Like Kansas City just stopped Jonathan Taylor when they said we're going to take the run away. Like, who are they going to take away? Like, what one player do you think they're going to take away in this game? It's going to be Lamb or Pickens. I don't know which one, but one of them is not going to have a good game.
Yeah, that's why you just do equal rand and good luck.
My guess, I don't know. Like, I think Lamb is still more talented than Pickens. Is that like a hot take to say in November 2025? It seems like
not a hot take. That is not,
depending on who you ask. I think I'd bet on Lamb to just like. I mean, how many times has Lamb, like his expected fantasy points, Lamb's has to be higher than Pickens because he drops like a touchdown every week. It's insane.
I think I saw that CeeDee Lamb had the highest expected fantasy points last week.
Yeah. You know how we should be drafting some of these teams? Like who had the highest expected fantasy points, kind of meld that into what the current projections are for the slate and then work backwards from there.
Yeah. CD was the highest, 19.4.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Lost my goddamn dynasty matchup because that asshole can't catch a touchdown. But we power on.
I kind of hope Lamar falls. Or we could
that'd be
Andrews.
Yeah, he goes.
Andrews, then maybe we could get like Jordan Love.
Yeah, let's do a Love Dobbs.
Love Dobbs or Love Watson?
You know what? Let's do Watson. Yeah. I agree. Take Watson. Mm-hmm. Watson and Wandale have similar. Due. I agree. Watson and Wandale, or at least Wandale yesterday was used, or Sunday, I should say. I think are going to be used similarly, like a bit more downfield targets. Watson, I mean, we saw Wandale had like 140 yards at halftime, which was just like killing my soul when I realized I took Slayton on that team. But like I could see Watson having a similar type of, exploitable matchup against Detroit.
Yeah, I'm looking at the ceiling too. Watson's ceiling is 20.3, Dobbs is 19.2, which isn't too meaningful, but still something.
I'm curious how they determine the ceiling, but I don't think they like to reveal how the sausage is made. I think they
said it's the average of their 90 percentile or higher outcomes.
Gotcha. Okay,
but
I can see
don't
it.
quote me on that because I think they used to do it at like the 80th percentile, and then I think last year they changed it to 85th percentile. I think this year they changed it to top 90, and all those averaged. But I don't know.
That makes sense.
Mr. Gumby's balance looks a little larger. Thank you, sir. Can we solve some same game parlays? I don't think this is the show for you, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah, we don't like to gamble. We just like to draft. Wow, Dak fall. That's crazy.
Do you want to do Dak?
No, we committed to Love.
Like, that's good because I would never do that on my own. I would just take the projection.
I think that generally is right. But if you're again, we're talking about like a 1.8 difference, like 1.8 point difference in projection. But more importantly, the ownership is going to be so much more favorable if Love does wind up being what you need.
Yeah, and that team was not leveraged enough to just take a fully owned quarterback there anyway. So
agreed.
Another 101.
Another 101.
Nice.
That was weird. But yeah, we got 24 people hanging out. What do you guys got planned for Thanksgiving? Are you going to be in front of the TV screaming, checking your phone incessantly, or are you just going to be relaxing, having a good time, and waking up the next morning to see how you did?
Never sweat.
Always curious. What was that?
Never sweat. It never ends well.
Never. Yeah. Can confirm watching Wandale just cook, knowing that I just took it. Like, I can't even talk about it. It's just that's like 3 times where if I just took the right player or a guy doesn't go double tight end on me when I take the quarterback before Loveland.
Just take the right player. It's so easy.
It just seems like no matter what I do, I'll never win. Is this Gibbs or Henry? Like at some point we're going to witness a flip, I think.
No.
You don't think so?
Like I said, the players have to go in order, and like they're too close. There's just no reason.
Okay. Rohan said he was sweating the Dirty Bird 2 last year and shipped it. Wow. I have no idea what the Dirty Bird 2 is. Is it what? I don't even know what sport that is.
It's one of the Thanksgiving contests.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's the winner take all contest.
Oh, shit.
That's sick.
That's really cool. You had a similar sweat yesterday.
Yeah, and then stack corrections were going back and forth. Yeah, that sucks. He feels your pain.
It's life.
Football, beer, and barbecue.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah, but going back to the Gibbs Henry thing, like they're basically the same projection. There's no reason to do anything drastic there.
Yeah, I'm still like not convinced in real life points. Gibbs won't outscore Henry by at least a handful.
Well, that's the problem. If you think Montgomery's projection is too high, which you probably do, then
I always will.
Where does that go? It goes to Gibbs.
It goes to Gibbs, exactly. I mean, just look at what they've done recently with like the distribution of touches. I mean, Gibbs touched the ball like 25 times to Montgomery's 5. I mean, it's not going to be that drastic every week, especially in a game.
They want that though.
I don't know if they want it or not, but that's what they've been doing because that's what they're forced into doing right now. Like the Lions right now, if the season ended this past week, they would have missed the playoffs. Like this is crunch time for them. Another Pickens fall. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm cool with Pickens. And then what did we do last time? We did Javonte.
We did Javonte. We can either do Chase Brown. I think Kelsey could be a unique way to have like a combo that's not frequently owned. Like how much Kelsey do you have with this?
I have none with that. So let's
do Kelsey. A lot of this too is it's volume, taking advantage of players' mistakes. It's understanding if somebody has a quarterback, you can push quarterback onto the turn, so you don't have to waste a pick on a flex player. But it's also like really important to understand the combinations you have, or more importantly, the ones that you don't have.
Yeah.
Like you can get in the habit of drafting the same iteration of the team in the one hole every time. And if you take the same 3 players 50 drafts in a row without breaking it up a bit, it's a really thin bet, even if you're drafting a ton of teams.
Yeah, that's like 100%. And that's like where, like, yes, you're waiting for like the 10 rooms where like they give you like something crazy, but like on the other 140 rooms, you don't want to keep doing the same things over and over again because like that's how you just go broke very quickly.
Correct.
Lions, Pack, Cowboys all fighting for the same playoff spot next few weeks. Huge. That's huge for the actual football fans.
I'm excited for it. I watch the games. It's almost like it's like you're like an outcast if you're like I watch the games. I'm sorry, like I don't just check the spreadsheets and whatever. Like I enjoy watching the games just as much.
I've watched more football this year than I've ever watched in my life because Red Zone. I have Red Zone now.
Right? Yeah.
I watch the Giants, then put on Red Zone.
I'd rather just watch, like, put on Red Zone unless Jameis is starting. Then I'm locked in.
Yeah.
So what's this team? Hard to keep track.
Gibbs, Pickens, Kelsey.
Gibbs, Pickens, Kelsey. Okay, I'm assuming Lamar will not make it back.
He goes.
Zay is a guy that I just have a hard time getting excited about, and I knew he was going to fall, and I know you're going to take him.
You just have to click him. I'm sorry.
You just have to click him, but like, it's like
Look,
it's not.
Who does it want? 9, 9, 10, 8, 10.
That's what I'm saying. And Bateman's
that?
coming back, and I like Zay, but he just doesn't score points. He doesn't score touchdowns, and that's what it is.
Do you want to do Dak here, then scroll for our last one?
We could do Dak, or we could do a Ferg.
No.
Double tight end.
No.
You don't like double tight end this week?
It's just giving up too many points. Just giving up 3 points to Montgomery, Watson, and Dobbs.
I don't know. I think it's viable. We've seen them have ceiling games before.
Here's my thing. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Sure, Ferguson's projected for 7.5 points, right? But does he really have the same ceiling as a receiver projected for 7.5 points, or as Hunt projected for 7.5 points? It's definitely lower. I know the numbers say it's not, but it's definitely lower.
It's definitely lower.
What does Ferg need to do to score 25 points? It's just never happened.
He won't.
What does Hunt need to do? 3 touchdowns, which he could do.
He just did it.
Carries last week.
That's what I was just about to say. I don't know. I'm just like I'm like, sure, you're sacrificing like 3 points of projection, but like, what if Kelsey and Andrews have 18 points each, and then I lose. I know, but you can prevent that from happening. Like, I'm not saying you should do it often. I would do it with like 5% of your teams. Maybe even that's too high. But just have something where, like, it's not like we have only Brock Wright and like these random scrubs there. Like, we have like legitimate teams that focus their offense around tight end. Like, it's viable.
I'm getting clowned, Brian. Gumby asks Brian. Brian answers. Gumby disagrees and clicks who he wants.
Well, you know what? Nobody could call this title a clickbait because
it's not.
Everyone knew when they clicked into this video what we were getting, including me, unfortunately.
And Ferg nuked in the playoffs 2 years ago. Now that was a different Ferg. That was a different Cowboys team.
That was a different Cowboys team. So we have to take Montgomery
with Gibbs.
It's not going to be common, and it has gotten there before. You want to have one team like this in your portfolio just in case it accidentally happens.
I want to tell you it's bad, but I think it's bad, but not terrible.
Also, but here's the thing, you're not sacrificing projection, and you're doing something that's unique that the field probably hasn't even done yet.
Yeah,
I think it's smart.
Negatively correlated though, so I don't know.
Maybe.
It depends. If there's, here's what I always say: if we're the only team with that, it's fucking awesome. If there's 1,000 teams like that, it sucks.
There's how many people are in this contest?
It's like 35,000.
There's not going to be more than 250 teams that have Gibbs and Montgomery on the same team. There's going to be more teams that have double tight end than there will be that have the same running back or 2 running backs on the same team. Here's
my thing with double tight end. Can you build plus EV teams with 2 tight ends? Absolutely. Do you need to have 2 tight ends to build a plus EV team? Absolutely not. So I just won't do it.
Yeah, but again, it's not just a matter of like, take a step out, step back. We're going to look at this holistically. 30,000 teams. If you can, build the right parlay where you eliminate 28,000 teams immediately just from drafting one extra guy that projects similarly as another one, just plays a different position, that's an edge.
Yeah. Like I said,
I know you don't believe me, but it does work.
I understand what you're saying. Trust me, but you don't need to do that to build a unique team to eliminate 90% of the field.
Without relying on a fall, I don't know if I agree.
Chase or Amon-Ra?
think we took Chase last time.
Let's do Chase again. I don't want. Like I said, the players go in an order. We're not being heroes here.
Sure.
Gumby, you're going to comment on the Dyson Daniels projection today. Let me see how much Dyson Daniels I have.
Dyson Daniels. That sounds like a vacuum.
Maybe I should comment. Is he doing bad? Because I will not be happy if he's doing bad.
He has no points, 4 rebounds.
This is definitely Rice.
Definitely Rice. Yeah. This unlike other contests, you really want to just scoop the like as much uniqueness, quote unquote, you can get from ADP falls. You just want to take it almost every time.
Oh, good. 25% of my teams are dead. How many points does Porzingis have?
25% are dead.
I'm more concerned about Porzingis because I think I have 50% of that.
So we are going to get one of these running backs to fall, which is nice. Starting double receiver. I will take Javonte every time.
And then we're going to get a quarterback back too.
Right. Yeah, this is good. This is a fun start. Javonte, Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice.
Oh, Porzingis has 7 fantasy points. Beautiful. Nice work, ETR team.
Well, you won yesterday.
Can't win them all.
Correct.
Although I'd like to.
Okay. Oh, Go Easy Cards is in this one. Shout out Go Easy Cards. We'll look at his team after we're done.
Do you like if we get both these, you prefer Mahomes, I'm assuming?
On this build with Rice, yes.
Yeah.
One of them.
You don't want to push it again, do you?
I mean, Go Easy Cards is a good drafter. He'll take one of them. The question is that other guy?
Yeah, let's just do it.
I don't think it's worth the 4-point drop in projection or whatever the difference between Lamar and the rest of the field is.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait for the NBA Dog Bowl. Something I can actually win at.
Oh, I forgot they do that.
Yeah, I think last year it started in January.
Nice. Oh, that's a good way to. It's better to get your wins before the Dog Bowl so that they could just take all your money back without you having to deposit again.
Yeah. Well, I already withdrew, so.
Smart.
Gumby, I want to retract a statement. I forgot Brian Flores is currently suing the Giants because he said the Giants should hire Brian Flores.
Oh.
This guy thinks we're in love. I don't know what we're doing here.
See, I knew. Yeah, that sucks. Now Go Easy Cards is going to make that decision we basically did last round.
Oh, my God. He doesn't take him.
Oh, wow. That sucks.
That's wild.
That sucks for us, I should say. How much Worthy do you have?
9%.
Do you want to make it
I'm cool
11?
Double. Oh, or Montgomery. I'm either one. Doesn't matter.
Do Montgomery.
Yeah.
I don't know. These guys all have receivers, so
we need a tight end anyway.
What's that?
We need a tight end anyway.
Yeah. I guess that was kind of like it didn't make a difference. We need them both anyway.
And this is definitely Gesicki, right?
Yeah, I think so. Gesicki. I'm pretty high on Gesicki if we don't get Kelsey.
Our friends Go AZ Cards had Henry, Pickens, Jacobs, Javonte, Ferguson, and Dak.
It's a good team. I like it. Dak double. Eggers, Brian, thoughts on me being way overweight Hunt pre-Pacheco news, obviously. They gave him 30 touches last week. They might give him 25 touches this week. I honestly don't know. My guess is that they kept Pacheco healthy for this week. I don't know if Hunt, like at 29 years old, can handle more than 15 touches after 30 touches literally 4 days ago.
I've heard two conflicting takes on this. One is that they just trust Hunt so much more than Pacheco, and no matter what happens, he's going to get the goal line role, which is probably true.
That's true.
And two is that they knew Pacheco was going to play Thursday, so they were just going to ride Hunt as much as they could on Sunday.
I think those are both true. I wouldn't be surprised if you want my honest take. I think Pacheco will probably have more carries and be on the field for more, but I think Hunt will have the more valuable touches. Like they'll put him in when they get in the red zone, they'll just probably put Hunt in, assuming it's not passing down stuff.
Yeah, many are saying that's a poor man's Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary situation.
I'm not going to talk shit about Tyrone Tracy, who gets 150 yards every time he plays. So if he scores a touchdown, he's going to be like running back 7.
Pacheco still has the brace, by the way. What was his injury?
Knee.
Well, obviously.
I don't know the PT term. Sorry.
Let's see if I can find it.
I got you.
MCL sprain.
Yes, that's it.
He's not going to be 100% by 3 weeks. So
started with Gibbs. Man, are we gonna get another freaking Pickens full? What is going on?
No one wants Pickens. He goes. I'm even on all these combos, so it's whoever you want. Tell him you get the pick.
Oh, what about do you have Jacobs and Kelsey with Gibbs?
Let's do Jacobs and see. I have 20% of my Jacobs and Gibbs team. Yeah, that's
what
fine.
about Mahomes?
40%.
Oh, smart. I like Kelsey the most, unless you want to get Lamar or a different quarterback.
No, let's do Kelsey.
I just think Kelsey can separate, man.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I'm kind of out on Andrews after last week, like likely starting to get a bit more involved. Bateman's coming back. Like, sure, he has like the best matchup on paper against the Bengals in a game that really could shoot out. I will say though, you never know with these division games. Like, I know previously the Bengals and Ravens have been shootouts when they've occurred, but you really never know how these division games are going to go. And both these teams have a lot to play for. Like, if the Bengals lose, their season is essentially over. So I don't know. We never know how these games are going to shake out.
Yeah. We're on the clock.
I'm down to go double wide receiver here.
Oh, we don't need. What do you want to do? What if we did like
Watson Dobbs with
and Love?
I'm down with that. Let's do it. Is that too much with Jacobs though?
What if? What if it's not?
What if it's not? I don't know.
A famous man once said, "What if?"
Rohan says highest floor game feels like KC Dow. Can see the other two flopping. I don't know. I think I can like. I think Detroit will score points, but I think the game could be disappointing. I'm still waiting for Detroit to just put up like a 40 bomb on somebody. Kansas City's defense is good. Dallas's defense has gotten better since they've had a couple, like getting Quinnen Williams has been big. They made a couple other acquisitions at the trade deadline that have been doing well. I think that game, funny enough, Rowie, not to just disagree with you, but I think I could see that game also flopping. That team
has
that
I'm total, by the way, 52 and a half.
Yeah, I think part of that might also be because of the dome aspect, like it's controlled environment, Baltimore versus Baltimore playing outdoors, and
Cardi is in on it.
Yep. I actually don't know. Is Green Bay home? I think Green Bay might be home.
Detroit is home.
Oh, Detroit is home. Okay. Yeah, I think if you're telling me like pick the teams that will score the most points fantasy wise, I would probably go with Lions and I'm going to go with Lions and Bengals, which I think is a bit contradictory, at least looking at like the Vegas implied team totals. But when there's uncertainty in a slate, you should really lean into it. Burrow's projection, like last year versus this year, is obviously different. But like we've seen Burrow have like plenty ceiling games. Like he's not projecting him for 16 is kind of like playing it in between both sides, in my opinion.
One more?
Yeah, we'll knock out one more.
I do want to watch the world famous ETR Thanksgiving stream. It's if you've never seen it, Brian, it is fucking
never
awesome.
Seen it. I didn't even know they were doing anything until you texted me about it earlier.
They just get as drunk as possible and give takes on the slate. It's great.
Nice. Yes. Thank you, Go Easy Cards. A moment of silence. I got to make some picks. It threw me off a little bit. You could tell I was a bit hesitant just because I'm not used to doing it.
Yeah, you were a little scared. We did what? How many drafts did we do today? Like 5, 6, 7? We didn't have got a single 104.
That's good.
No, I kind of think it's the best spot.
You like going double receiver and hoping a running back falls?
Yeah, and they've been falling when I get it.
Yeah, but at the same time, like Gibbs or Henry could be what you need at running back. Like it won't even matter.
True.
I don't know. There's like a tier of like, let me see, like just skill position guys, not including quarterback or tight end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's like 7 guys that I would want. Lamb being the last one.
I'm looking through my teams. Look at this team. Mahomes,
Mahomes,
Gibbs,
Gibbs,
Javonte, Pickens, Higgins, and Mark Andrews. I just have all of the best players.
Well, other than T. Higgins, who's not playing, yes.
Well, easy swap. No one, it's just swap to the nuts.
That's a swap to probably Watson, I'd imagine. And
yeah,
if you know the trick that I showed you how to retrieve the draft board, you'll be able to see.
I will do that actually.
Your swaps. Make sure you guys subscribe. We'll show you some cool tricks about how to retrieve draft boards without having to take screenshots.
I'm not showing anyone that shit.
Not right now, we're not. But if you subscribe at some point in the future, I will show you. Shout out Luis again.
GM bound. Yeah, I'll show it to people in like March when no one cares anymore. And then
once we get to 500 subs, that will be our giveaway. We'll give away some free alpha. So make sure you subscribe.
Let's do Amon Ra because we haven't had a single team with him.
Agreed.
Brian, if you had one last round pick to be overweight, who would it be?
Let me I'm pulling up the rank my stuff on the side
first. Lamb, Jacobs, Pickens.
I would go Lamb and hope that one of the running backs make it back to us.
Aligned.
I'm gonna stick with my guy Mitch. I think he like.
You want to be never mind. Go ahead.
I mean, overweight. Like,
overweight.
If you draft 10% of him, you're going to be overweight by 3x the field.
Yeah, true.
If you're talking about a guy that I would want 25% exposure of, that's getting drafted less than 50% of the time, it would probably wind up being
Romeo Doubs.
Probably Doubs. Yeah. He just projects the best of those guys that isn't getting drafted anywhere near 50%.
Although something to consider, the Higgins drafters are probably always swapping there.
I think more are going to swap to Tinsley. Not more.
No way.
Not a majority, but I think it's going to be like 70-30.
No shot. It's going to be like 98 to 2.
Then I would want Tinsley. I'll stick to my initial suggestion.
We get Jacobs. That's nice.
Yeah, that's good. So for those following along, this is and we're going to get one of the elite quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think Bound was hyping up Mitchell Tinsley yesterday.
Yes, Tinsley's looked great. You should watch some highlights of him in the preseason. He looked really good.
The only thing I saw of him was that he had 6 targets last week and 2 receptions. That's not good. That's not what you want.
But did you see the touchdown? No. Look at him
every
in the preseason.
Time I refresh, Dak Prescott's projection fucking goes up. Now he's at 19. What are we doing here?
I would just take Lamar, right? Or do you not want to take Lamar?
I think Andrews.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see something. Let's see what happens. Guess who has Mitchell Tinsley in all his dynasty leagues? Wow.
I believe I have him in ours as well. I have to double check. I took him. I picked him up after the first preseason game. I was like, this guy's pretty good.
Guess who has forgot to set their waivers every time for the last 13 weeks?
It's fine. Your team. You should focus more on your draft picks than waivers.
He was a preseason darling. That's why everyone likes him. That makes.
He was a preseason darling. He looked pretty damn good.
Make Gumby watch. Remember, you guys made me watch Matthew Golden highlights during best ball season.
Yeah, and it still didn't get you off of him for some reason.
It did not. I wish I was off him. He fucking sucks.
Oh, I literally said to you on stream multiple times, like, this guy's going to project for 6 points in week 12 or 13. You're like, no, they drafted a wide receiver in the first round. Haven't done that since 1972, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. Turns out that's exactly what happened.
Exactly what happened.
Fun fact, he couldn't earn targets in college. Can't earn targets in the NFL. Who would have thought? Look at this fall for Lamar and Zay, by the way.
Yeah. I want.
Getting Lamar with Mark Andrews would be sweet.
This is kind of we have super team.
And don't take Lamar. If this guy doesn't take Lamar, take Zay because the other guy has Lamar or has a quarterback already.
He takes Lamar.
Bitch.
I mean, this is easily Flowers.
Yeah, it has to be Flowers.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ball knowers knew. Gunnar.
Do you know who? Guy. Oh, you do know who Gunnar Helm is.
I know Gunnar Helm because I follow Mr. GPNGC on Twitter, and during the offseason, he would tweet about him at least once a day.
Gunnar Helm was the
Titan.
Titan. I think he was the one who destroyed his ankle when running the 40, and then everyone just used. That was him. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna fact check myself. I'm sure GP and GC already knows. Yeah, it was him. It's a nasty looking ankle too. Black and blue everywhere.
All right, I'm having fun. Let's do one more. I decided.
Okay. Yeah, thank you guys for all hanging with us, hopping in any of these drafts. We appreciate you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let us know your favorite player for the slate. Always enjoy hearing what the people have to say. Let us know in the comments after this draft.
That's what I was waiting for. We get the 104. That's what I wanted.
That's what you wanted after 15 drafts?
Yeah.
So what's your ideal 104? Assuming like the normal Gibbs, Henry, and then either Amon-Ra or Chase go. Is it double receiver?
Yeah, Amon-Ra, and then Rashee Rice.
Okay. So if you had to choose, like I'm making you choose now, not random.org or whatever the website is. Pickens, Lamb, Rice, all projected basically the same. Who if you had to take a stand of owning 30% of, you would want?
Probably Lamb.
I agree. It just feels like it's coming for him.
It has to be.
You can't, I mean, seriously, you can't have the most expected fantasy points like every week, basically, drop multiple end zone touchdowns for weeks on end and not continue to project better. Like, even looking at your screen now, like he's now sort of separating himself a little bit from Pickens and Lamb. Or actually, Pickens is projecting better too. Rice is the one that's falling slightly.
Yeah, easy sheet users are very upset about any golden slander.
Okay. Don't be upset with me. I tried to stop you all.
Do you want to do Lamb?
I like Lamb.
Earlier on FanSpeak stream, the 104 passed on Gibbs St. Brown. What are we doing?
How did Gibbs fall to 4?
FanSpeak? Who are they taking in the first 3 picks?
Well, Charles, now they only have 9 drafts left where they can get unique with combinations of stupid drafters.
I don't know who FanSpeak is.
I'm not familiar with his work or her work.
Or they, them's work.
They, them.
Not to get political.
Correct. Roheen. Or no, not Roheen. What's the guy's name from New York?
Oh, Mamdani.
Mamdani. Sorry, Roheen. I saw your name out of the corner of my eye and it messed me up.
That's funny.
Please don't cancel me.
They took Gibbs and Rice. No, thank you.
I'd rather have Rice and Lamb.
You get that anyway from the 101.
Yeah, I know that. Talk about a not understanding. This is more about like game theory than it is like players. I think a lot of this.
Well,
like,
yeah, I'm gonna have 25% of everyone. So
I would do Mahomes, Kelsey. Like we missed out on running back. Now we just punt it.
Yeah, we could. This could be an Emmanuel Wilson team, honestly.
Yeah,
that was great. The only 2 popular right now.
Hey, I'll have you know, one of my best friends was named Amal. Shout out Amal if he's ever listening.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could do Emmanuel Wilson and see what happens.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
what's your read on that situation with the Packers backfield?
I mean, I said he was 55% to play last week, so.
Who, Jacobs?
Yeah. I mean, if he plays, he's probably close to full. 80%?
Oh, you think he's going to be close to full?
80%, 85% of his workload if he plays.
That's basically what
the Packers practice tomorrow or no?
I think
they still do.
I think it's like a walkthrough.
Well, that'll be if he's there doing walkthrough, he's probably gonna play.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely gonna play. I think, but I think it's more
practice in full though.
No, but it's like if he's limited the last 2 days, he's definitely trending towards playing.
Yeah, Chris G's here for the answers. We definitely gave some answers. Who's to say if they're right or not?
Shout out Chris. I think he was one of the Dog Bowl winners this week.
He was indeed. He got his 2nd seed, I think.
Nice. Oh, I can't even talk about it.
That's funny.
Because I've been, I'm a Slayton guy. That's the worst part.
I'm a Slayton guy. No one has more Slayton than me.
Yeah. Ugh. Anyway, we move on. Montgomery goes. I mean, yeah, I would like Wilson's fine.
We need one more.
Oh God. I would just do Worthy too. with Mahomes double. You want to do Dobbs to get unique?
Well, I mean, we already have Wilson in the last round, so like doesn't really matter.
Touche.
If Jacobs plays, I think it's more 60-40.
In terms of the split, I would agree.
No.
And maybe 65-35, but like Emmanuel Wilson is not a bad player. I mean, we just saw what he could do when he gets, a full workload. Although like the Packers, like this is a division game, it's going to be one of those things that's going to be used to break the tie that they might have with Detroit, especially since the Packers tied against the Cowboys earlier in the week or earlier in the season. So I don't know. I think they're going to put him out there as much as he can play, but he might not be as efficient as what they're accustomed to. And I think you could see him more on like second, third down, him being Emmanuel Wilson than you would normally.
Brian is crushed that he drafted the wrong guy. I'm crushed because I came in fourth by 0.2 points. Not last week. You lose your sympathy for that after like 1 week.
Bound. I have the two, and we can end it on this, but my two bad beats that I don't know if I'll get over for more than a couple days is, and one of them was on Chad's stream. So shout out Chad Candles for those that are not subscribed. You should definitely check him out. I did a stream I did a draft with Chad in the stream. I took Caleb in the last round, in the 5th round. I was in the 11 hole. This guy already had like Kelsey or whatever in the 12 hole. So he already had a tight end. I'm like, I'm going to take Caleb because he needed a quarterback, and I'm going to stack him with Loveland. Guy goes double tight end, takes Loveland. If he doesn't take Loveland and I get him, I qualify. And then this past week, we already rehashed it at the top of the show. But if I just took Wandale over Slayton early in the week when I thought Dart was playing, I would have been in first place. But you live and you learn. I don't learn, but I still continue to live.
Well, Chris just didn't draft the nuts on his 3rd team, so feel bad for Chris.
Yeah, Chris, my heart sincerely goes out to you and your family.
My bad bees. I drafted all the wrong players in the heat check. Yeah.
What's the heat check? What sport are we talking?
That's NBA contest that I won last night. That's winner take all.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Any closing thoughts before we get out?
No, everyone enjoy your Thanksgiving. If you sweat, enjoy the sweat. If you don't, have a wonderful time with your family. We will be back here next week, and best of luck to those playing in the streets.
Peace out, guys. Thanks for hanging out.